So it's traditional. It's traditional, I think, all these documentary makers, movie makers, when they want to look like they're walking along and casually talking to you, this guy thinks I'm nuts, and you'd be right, wouldn't you? They want to look like they're casually talking to you. They just happen to be walking along with a camera in hand, and they look at the camera and say, hi, with a big smile, and on they go with a little spiel. So I'm going to do the same. If it works for them, it'll work for me. That's the theory anyway. So yeah, here we are in Lefkas Marina, and we were going to do some stuff this week about heading on to the Gulf of Corinth. Well, we bumped into these new folks in the marina who have come here on their way to Crete, and we thought these are nice folks, and we got chatting to them, and we bumped into them the other day again down at Portakatsiki, and thought they're an interesting pair and two lovely kids as well. So we thought, why don't we do a little talk with some newcomers and get their perspective on sailing and cruising. So that's what we've done. Hi there. People think I'm nuts. Yeah, so yeah, get their perspective on sailing and cruising and what have you. And everyone's got a story, and rather than just give you slides or little snippets of things everywhere and bore you to tears, we thought we might let you meet some of the people that we come in contact with all the time. And if you ever take up cruising, you might come into contact with people just like them, surprisingly just like yourselves. So sit back and enjoy our little talk, and I'll catch you later.
Well, we should ask you, first of all, to introduce yourselves, because nobody knows your name at the moment.
Yeah. I'm Clive, and this is Nicole. We're the Kennards. We have two daughters who are down in the salon at the moment.
Kennards?
Kennard.
Kennards, I thought
Yeah.
you were saying Dutch French.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, everyone says that. That's what I get.
It's so funny.
K-E-N-N-A-R-D,
Alright.
not C-A-N-A-R-D.
Yeah, in Canada, no one can say it correctly.
No.
Kennard.
No.
Kennard in Canada.
Kennard, yeah, not Kennard.
So you're from Canada,
Yes.
obviously, and you're from the UK.
Yes.
So how come you two got together?
So
It's a long way apart.
It's yeah. I mean, Nick's dad was working in the UK, and my sister was a landlady of a pub at the time, and so I was going to that pub because I'd get free drinks.
Yes, of course.
And he just happened to be there, and we started talking, and he asked if I was interested in Canada. I'm like, yeah. He said he was going back to do a tour, so would you like to go and share the costs? So we split the costs and rented a car, and we went all around Canada. Well, Western Canada, I guess.
Yeah, the West.
So from Alberta out to BC and did a big loop and then back. And when we first landed, I met Nicole and stayed at her place for a couple of nights. And we did.
Then you
kept
discovered a
in
chain
touch.
on your ankle.
Yeah, that's right. A very, very long chain, 7,000 mile chain.
7,000 miles, yeah. So we kept in touch, and I was back on holiday to visit a couple of times, and Nick came over a couple of times, and one time was an extended time. He came over for a couple of months, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we decided it was going somewhere, so it was like, okay, how does this work? And the easiest thing was for me to move from the UK to Canada, because I didn't have any children, any ties or anything, and Nick already had one, like a 3-year-old, I think she was 3 or 4 years old at the time. So it was just easy for me
So that was Bella, was it?
No, we have an older daughter at home
okay.
Yeah.
who's 22,
Yeah.
and
right.
she's got two little ones who are 3 and 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's how we met. I came over on holiday,
And that was
and then we did
almost
the long distance relationship.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I moved over in December of '99, so just the beginning of 2000. And then came over on a visitor's visa and just kept renewing my visa. And then we got married.
Yeah.
And that was, yeah.
So what's the idea with getting the boat? What brought you to get the boat?
Well, that's funny, because I started sailing. I went on holiday to St. Lucia with my parents when I was a kid, and we sailed there on one of these little sunfish, like a lateen rig little dinghy. And me and my dad had so much fun that when we came back to England, we bought one, and I sailed it on Rutland Water, which is a big inland lake in the UK. Took it up to Windermere, down to the south coast of England where my family are, sailed it there. So
Where in the south coast do you family?
My extended family are from Brighton, but my dad moved from Brighton to Nottingham when he was younger. So I've born and raised in Nottingham, which is in the Midlands, which is about as far away from any ocean you can get, or any sea you can
we
get.
went through there on our canal boat.
Oh, right.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we walked the canals.
Yeah, there's one canal where I used to live. There's a canal they're currently trying to reopen it. It's the Grantham Canal.
Yes.
So that links Grantham and Nottingham together, but it was blocked years
Full of
ago,
junk.
Yes.
and now they're trying
People
to.
use it to dump stuff in.
Up here. Hi. You gonna come up here?
Oh, boy.
So
that was your interest in sailing down
yeah,
there?
and then when I moved to Canada, I sold the Sunfish, and didn't really think about sailing for a while. And then I happened to mention it to Nick, and I didn't think Nick would be interested. I said, yeah, I'd be interested in sailing. So we did a CYA basic cruising course, and we both did that at the same time on a big lake, a navigable lake in BC. So we had a blast doing that.
Yeah,
The
we
teacher
did.
was really good. He was a racer, so he was into racing. So it was always like trim the sails, make sure you
Get it right,
you're pinching a little bit, ease off. So it was really good. We took that exam, passed that, and then we started looking at boats. And
What, in Canada or were you
No,
always
on Yacht
intending?
World.
Right, you
Always
were
intending to-
come to Greece or
No.
no?
no,
No, it wasn't Greece. Originally, it was actually the Caribbean.
yeah, because that's
Because
the
I'm all
closest.
about the sun.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm all-
Well, that makes
I'm-
good sense, though.
Yeah.
But then down there, there are these funny winds they get sometimes every year.
Yeah,
Which they had a bunch this year, didn't they?
Oh, boy. did
Didn't they ever?
yeah.
So you
But-
can't stay there all year.
Well, you can't really. You can't get
No.
insurance, and it's really not that comfortable. Or if you get
And you-
insurance, it's extremely expensive if you try
Not
to
surprising,
stay.
isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, how many did they lose this year?
Oh, it's
Must be
thousands.
thousands, yeah.
Yeah.
The photos were just. It was just boats stacked. You couldn't even tell masts from other masts.
Yeah.
It was just. It was just
Yeah.
horrific.
One of my friends actually sent me a picture of one of the marinas in the BVI's, and it was just a pile of boats
Yeah,
piled on
I've
top of each
seen
other. And
photos like it, yeah.
she said one of my parents' boats is in amongst that lot.
Yeah.
So they lost
Do you
their
want to
boat.
come to the beach?
But what we discovered in our
I can see it. It's upside down though. You need to
not
turn it
upside down,
round
is
the
it?
other way.
Right, look at
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's fine.
That's better.
There you go.
So we really
How
started
did
looking
you
at boats
manage
on yachtworld.com.
Yeah.
We went to the Annapolis Sailboat Show
Yeah.
a couple of times, so that happens in every November in Annapolis. And when we first started looking at boats, we went to we were walking around the sailboat show, and we're going on board all the Hansers and the Bavarias, and going down below and going, wow, this is like, it's like huge and spacious, like IKEA down here.
Yeah.
Where are you trying to sit, baby? You trying to sit on the
They're
lap?
trying to sit beside each other.
Can you
but there's
move
not
along a
enough
little
space.
bit?
I can move along a little.
Yeah, cheers.
Okay, we're gonna move.
Hold on a second.
I'm just going to move along a bit.
There you go.
Slow.
There you
That's
go.
it. That's good.
Now
Good
you've
enough
got
for
room.
her skinny
There we
little.
go.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, so initially we started looking at the modern boats, the Hansers and the Genos, and Dufours, yeah. And then we started doing some research into the different construction methods of boats, like hull and liner and stick built.
Yeah.
And then we went back to Annapolis the next time with a completely different set of eyes. We went onto the same boats that we've been in a couple of years previously, and we were like, there's nowhere to hold on to here.
Yeah.
You know, if the boat starts to heel sharply, you're just going to get thrown across the cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, with a different set of eyes, you're looking at different attributes of the boats. And so we switched then from the bigger production boats to the smaller,
Seaworthy.
Yes.
yeah. So then we started looking
Yeah.
at your favourite was one of the tartans. Tartan's a really nice boat, and then mine was I like the Halfway-Grasses. But you know, both of those boats are
Expensive.
expensive.
Yes,
Very
oh my goodness,
expensive.
both the Tartan and the Vaquier. The Vaquier has a
Vaquier,
pilot house,
yeah.
which
We both liked.
fantastic. Boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
again,
We were just talking about exactly that the other day.
were you?
Wouldn't it be nice to have a Titan pilot house boat? You know?
Yeah.
So you know, because Sandra's only little, and
Yeah.
she can't see through the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got windows, but she can't see out them because
Yeah.
she's so small. And if we had a pilot house sketch or something, you know,
Yeah.
it's just, in fact, just turn around in a seat and have a look outside at the world.
But in all our years of looking, we didn't find anything under 250,000 US.
Wow.
There was no way that was going to happen. So
Yeah.
we had to let it go.
Scale it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
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 So that we
It
were.
doesn't matter whether you're in a 32 footer or a 55 footer, you still get the same views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Once you get used to the actual boat itself, okay, it's nice to have all the space.
Yeah.
But we were listening to a guy who'd been living on boats all his years, and he said to him the safest and best boat is about a 40 footer.
Right.
Because it doesn't come with instructions.
No,
No, they
nor did
don't.
ours. They
So
don't.
you just literally had
Trying
to
to
like
work out
puzzle it.
how the toilet worked was
Oh.
Oh.
to
Yeah,
empty.
yeah,
We
'cause-
thought we'd empty the toilet because
Yeah.
we'd done what we were told, but no, there was a main stick up underneath our bed, and they had it, which we
Which
didn't
didn't matter
know
anyway
about.
because the pipe there was clogged anyway.
Ah.
So you open the sea clock. You think, well, I've done what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
But it did
But it
work
hasn't done
initially,
anything.
didn't it? First
Yes,
time we
after I
found
cleaned it out twice.
Yeah, that was,
That's fun.
Oh.
you
yeah.
have that
Cost
joy
us
of
to talk
family.
about that last
Everybody
week.
does.
Yeah. I haven't had that pleasure yet. It's
would.
kind of because
Oh.
our youngest is potty trained, but she's still not that independent yet. So we have to make sure she goes. But so she's become more independent. We were on the boat
On the heart.
on the Hard in Cleopatra Marina, and she went into the head and took a poop in the head. And of course, there's no water on the boat, and that's direct discharge out to. It's not into a holding tank. That was drugged out. The forehead was drugged over. So like, now what do we do? So we're pouring bottles of water down there and
I got
whatever.
gloves on. Oh. But you know, she can't give her a heck. Because she absolutely did the right thing.
She did the right thing.
Yeah.
So
Found the toilet, went home.
We've got an Aussie family that were friendly because they're in Sicily at the moment, but their youngest one, when they were aboard, he went to the loo, and
We
There
were
was-
at least in the water.
Yeah.
he was pumping away there.
Yeah.
Cole went down to see, and he don't quite know what he'd done, but it went everywhere
Oh.
where he was pumping. And it was Cole and Karen who were actually down there cleaning it up in the end. And there was a lot of laughter coming from down. We
was
ended
our
up
little
Punami, we called it.
That is
yeah,
a definition of Punami
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
We surprised ourselves. Yeah, with some of the, we've only been on the Ionian and the Aegean so far,
Yeah.
but there are times even here we completely lose sight of land. You look all around, there's nothing.
Yeah.
You think, what must it be like in the Atlantic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
So what do you plan to do now you've bought your boat? And you bought it sight unseen.
Yeah, that
We did,
was
yeah.
that was kind of
That
scary.
was scary,
It
wasn't
was.
it?
It
Did
was.
you have it inspected?
We did,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the key things. Because I mean, I was posting those questions on the forum. Like, we're thinking of buying this boat. It's in Greece. We're in Canada. We can't really afford just to buy a flight, just to get a flight over, just to see the one boat, and then fly back, and then come back potentially and see another boat. And we were on a time crunch, so we didn't really have the opportunity to make that trip viable, to go and see 5 or 6 boats in, because Greece is so spread out.
Yeah.
That there was a boat in Preveza, there was a boat in Leros, there was a boat in Piraeus.
Yeah.
So you'd have to spend like a week travelling around to see all the boats. So it's not like you can go to one sail yard and look at 5 boats and pick one.
Yeah.
So we decided, I posted questions on the forum, what we're thinking of buying this boat, buying it sight unseen, and everyone was like, don't ever do that. You need to go and see the boat and get on the boat. And
That's probably good advice.
Yeah,
is
it
good.
sounds
Really good advice.
Sounds great. If we lived in England, it would have been doable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people came back and said, other people had done that and had a great experience. not bought a lemon or bought a boat that was in really bad condition.
Well, if
and
you
other
have it
people have done.
surveyed by somebody reliable, then
That's
it
it.
should be
That's the
pretty
main
safe,
thing, isn't
shouldn't
it?
Yeah.
As long as it's seaworthy.
So we worked with the broker. The brokers were pretty good. The previous owner was pretty good. You know, I'd fire off a bunch of questions, and the broker would pass those on to the previous owner, and then I'd get the answers back.
Who did you buy it through?
Williams and Smithers.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
same
good
as us.
for,
Yeah.
yes, he's a good guy, Stephen.
Yeah. I worked mainly with Mark Elliott out of the UK office for whatever reason.
Oh,
but
right,
when
yeah,
it,
we met him too.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
Stephen was on vacation when we were ready to make a move, when we
Yeah.
found the boat and we were ready to
Yeah.
dig in a bit more.
yeah. But as we got closer and closer, Mark did hand it over to Stephen. We said, "Look, we just bought the boat after seeing the survey." Yeah, and we actually owned the boat for a couple of months before we came
Before we
out.
even got to see it.
Yeah.
Just sat there costing us money.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so now you've got the boat.
Yeah.
What are your plans for the rest of winter?
When we bought the boat, we thought we were going to be here a little bit earlier than we were. Things just got delayed in Canada. I was doing some renovations to the house to get it ready to rent out, and Nick was, working full
Still
time.
working. Yeah.
So Nick worked right up until like the last day just about the last day that you
Yeah.
Oh,
left
money's
Canada.
important when
Yeah.
you're sailing, isn't it?
So
You need a bit of cash.
we needed
Yeah.
that last paycheck to
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
tie things up.
Get out of these people's way. We promised you a lucky dip with each video, so here's this week's one. Sandra and I owned both these aircraft at the same time. We bought one, then took our time selling the old one. The old one with the red stripe we flew all around Australia. That would fill a dozen YouTube videos by itself, maybe more. It was the trip of a lifetime. Sadly, we no longer have either. Towing one behind She's Apples would be far too difficult. Well, there you go, folks. I do hope you like that. If you don't think it's any good, that's okay. Would you just say so in a post below or something? I would like your feedback, particularly if you don't like it. So I might stop doing it. But yeah, just give your comments down below. I'll be very grateful. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.
You're going to be pointing that camera at me.
Would I point a camera at you?
Yes, you will.
How you been? Good show. I'm just making a nuisance of myself, that's all. But I'm good at it.
I've always been good at that.
Oh, it's lovely there.
Hi! Oh, I make a cappuccino now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hi! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas for the photo!